Amelia here, you are concerned Hudson County resident. That's why we do the show, because you're concerned. And we do it live. If you're watching in Jersey City, you're watching it on Channel 190, Comcast Live. Unfortunately, I was just talking to the Cablevision people today, and they're telling me about the changes coming. I don't personally believe that we're going to be able to do live and we'll be able, FTP. FTP is, we send our television shows to Comcast via the computer. We basically email them. FTP, file transfer protocol. At Altice Cablevision, I'm still dropping off DVDs. We would like to go live so you people in North Hudson and Bayonne can see the show live. Right now you're watching it live. You're watching it on YouTube. You're watching it on Facebook. You're watching it on livestream.com. You should download that app. It is free to use, and there's a lot more stuff besides us on there, but all our shows are archived on live stream. You go to our website, HMG TV shows. Basically, you're at live stream. Everything is archived there. I would like to get Cablevision Altice to have us broadcast live there, and they say they're working on it. But one of the problems with Altice is every week I got a new person to deal with because there's like nobody left. They keep cutting off personnel, so we'll see how that goes with Altice. But again, you know, the future in cable and in television is going to be, you know, streaming. Everything is streaming. Hulu, Netflix, Disney's going to start their own streaming service. Everything is streaming. So we got into this a couple of years ago, and I keep saying, you know, we should go all in on this, or should we stay cable? And somewhere, as my contracts come up, we'll discuss that again. But the future is in streaming. For that matter, we're going to talk about campaigns. We had the runoffs in Jersey City. We'll get into that when I come back from the show. But first off, if you need to get in touch with me, you have a problem in the county of Hudson, you got a problem in your municipality, you got a consumer issue, drop me a line. Go to our website, HMG TV shows. Go to the contact section. Say, Pat, I need your help. Or, Pat, I got a show idea. Hey, Pat, if you are watching right now and you have a question, an observation, or a statement you would like to make, we actually put a little font thing together that we can bring your questions up on the screen. We did that last Tuesday, and we only got like one question. You know, everybody got shy. We normally get a ton of these things on Facebook and Twitter. Nobody said we could put it on the screen. It was like, oh, we don't say anything. But yes, the idea, one of the reasons we went live with these shows is so we can instantly communicate. If you got a question, I will try to answer it. If you got a concern, I'll try to address it. And whatever your concerns are, I'll see that they're addressed. And in most cases, your concerns will become wishes that are granted. Again, HMG TV shows, you can tweet me at JC Hudson Media. There's so many ways to get in touch with me. And you can watch us, Facebook, YouTube, Apple TV, Google Chromecast, Roku, livestream.com. Please download the app. You can watch on your smartphone, your tablet, your web-enabled TV, all that stuff. We're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Hudson County Show. I'll be right back. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712. Hey, you're back. I'm here having my coffee. Brewed this myself. Not bad, too. You're watching the Hudson County Show. You're watching it live. Now, this is our last live show of the year. We'll be back in January. We'll have fill-in shows in our time slots, probably the Med Center. Really informational shows. The Med Center is a good show. You know, it's all about the hospital and medicines, and you meet the doctors and procedures. You get to learn everything that's going on there. And these are the doctors you can make appointments with today. These are real doctors. No some doctor in Minnesota. These are Hudson County, Jersey City doctors. And you can see. So that'll be a fill-in. And, you know, we got to start working on our Christmas special. We have 4 of them this year. We just announced Union City yesterday, but we'll get to that later in the show. Now, we just had the elections in Jersey City. It was one of the few municipalities that had elections because we're one of the few that had runoffs. And runoffs are important. You know, it really showed why. You know, the general election was one leader. The runoff was the second. As you may recall, as I said Tuesday, there will be no upsets in this runoff election. Turns out there was an upset in a runoff election, and it happened in Ward E with Rebecca Symes and James Solomon. Rebecca was the perceived front runner and the winner, and you know she had the help of the full up. Now Steve didn't want to make any endorsements. He didn't pick a candidate in D, but everybody was working with Rebecca. Rebecca was getting all the endorsements. I don't know if James Solomon got one endorsement. I'm not sure. Maybe Hudson endorsed him. But Rebecca was getting there, and it was presumed Rebecca was going to win. From my political standpoint, I thought she would win. No, she did not win. James Solomon pulled it out. And it's interesting because that's Steve Fullup's home ward when he was a councilman for 2 terms there. And why Steve didn't want to pick a candidate, he felt he would upset the other candidates, whether it's Solomon or Hudnut or Nick Rillo or Rebecca Symes, whoever it would. So he didn't want to pick one. In the runoff, it was assumed because he said, you know, he would probably make a choice during the runoff. He didn't again. But everybody who was part of the Fulop team, they were working on their campaign. You know, Rolando, the council president, endorsed. Everybody was endorsing her. But Solomon ran a good campaign. He addressed the issues in Ward E. And either, you know, people look at Ward E as a transient ward. You're not going to put roots down there. You're not going to live there. You're not going to raise your kids here. You're going to be there for a couple of years, and off to the suburbs you go or somewhere else. But maybe that's changing because the public started listening to Solomon saying, you know, about the future of Jersey City, the economics, the abatement issues, all those things registered. And on election night, as I was watching the numbers come in, not once did Solomon trail. And he was up by 10, he'd be up by 8, and I'm looking at the districts reporting, and you're saying, you know, Rebecca should be leading this. And it started getting later and later. Now you're starting to wonder, where are the votes coming from? What districts does Rebecca have a strong district? Turns out, when the numbers all said and done, they were even, or maybe Solomon took all the districts. Now, did Fulop make some mistakes? Yes, but let me jump. In Ward A, Denise Ridley, you've seen Denise in here. She did a bunch of social media pieces. She won. She's going to be a great candidate in Ward A. Mira, our Alray, won in B. She defeated the incumbent Chris Gatson. I think Chris took things for granted there. I don't know if Chris campaigned hard enough in the general election. Very similar to Sean Connors in 2013. He ran with Fulop for Ward D. And I really questioned if Sean Connors hustled in the general election in 2013. I actually asked him, I said, you're going to start campaigning? We're getting close to Election Day. And I think Sean said he was campaigning at night, so it must be real late at night because nobody sees you. And I think he thought he was just going to walk and beat Michael Youn. Didn't happen. They were in a runoff. And by the time Connors figured, I really got to work at this, Youn had built up such a following and such a force of team and such a belief in Ward D that he was a choice. Sean couldn't make up the difference. That's what happened with Gatson. I don't think the Gatson group worked as hard as they could. And I will admit, Gatson wasn't exactly a force in the Marion section, Ward B, in his year. You know, when he did the debate here, he took credit for the no-knock legislation. It's really Tom Kelleher out of Tom's River. But, you know, I think Mira's going to do it. You could just, from talking to her, you know she's gonna hit the ground running, and we hope to have her involved in the studio here. Ward B is kind of like a favorite ward of mine. You know, I like Rita and Joe's. I grew up right alongside in dog patch to the Marion section. Ward C, my man, Richie Borgiano pulled it out, and that was really. I can appreciate the runoffs, Richie. You know, and if you look at Richie's election from 2013 to 2017, I'm going to bet he's within 100 votes of the votes he got in 2013 to 2017. He's got his core group. It's a shame that Richie had to go into a runoff. You know, Richie's in his 70s there. Well-deserved victory for Richie Borgiano. And the surprise was Ward E. Now, did Fulop make a mistake? I'll probably drag this into the next one. Yeah, I think Fulop made a mistake in Ward E. He should have got involved because he had some pull in Ward E. And I'm not a big endorsement guy that, you know, if somebody endorses so-and-so, a bunch of people are going to vote for him. I'm not real big on that. He didn't endorse Rebecca. He was playing footsie with Rebecca, and it was kind of like a wink-wink. We like Rebecca. You know, Rebecca was there on his election night when he won. Rebecca was at the election headquarters. She was there with everyone. The assumption was Rebecca was winking a nod with Fulop. Now, what happened, since he didn't take a hard stand in Ward E, and he didn't pick a candidate, in the runoff, he got James Solomon. Now, James Solomon is going to be to Fulop what Fulop was to Healy for those 2 terms. And, you know, you look at, you know, Fulop had Gadsden, Yoon, and Richie. I don't want to say foes of the administration or critics of the administration, because as you look over the past with Richie and Michael Yoon, they probably agreed with Fulop 95% of the time. So they weren't like the nobies everybody said. But on huge issues, especially financial issues, Richie and Michael Young did their homework. They would study the ordinances. Like a lot of other council people didn't read an ordinance until they got there for the council. If you look at trading Gadsden for Solomon, that is not a good trade for Steve Fulop, because you're going to see Solomon being very involved. You're going to see a leader there. And again, I'm not knocking Chris, but you're going to see somebody who's going to hit the ground running. All right, we're going to break for commercial. We'll do more Jersey City runoff. We'll be right back.
Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning, life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together.
We're back. You're watching the Hudson County Show. Pat O'Melia here, live. You concerned Hudson County resident there, live. Got some new stuff. I got a new microphone. Just got this. Sound pretty good, don't I? We got new lighting on this set we're trying out. I'm looking at myself on a monitor. I look like my handsome self, but I didn't mind the other lighting. This is Greg lighting. This is my man Greg. He says, all right, it's kind of lighting. So we got the lighting. We do anything to appease Greg here. Keep him happy. Getting back to the runoff elections, I tell you, Fulop's going to rue the day with Solomon. I'm telling you, this guy, if you go back to the debate that we produced here, Al Sullivan was the moderator, Solomon really stands out. And he's almost Kennedy-ish, if people of a certain age, you know what I mean. He made, you know, he stood out there. He had a good presence, good camera presence. That debate probably helped him. Actually, those debates, they were well received and well viewed. Let's go to Ward C with Richie. Now, Richie ran against John Hanachek. John is an employee with the city of Jersey City in the Residents Response Center, the old constituent services. Not exactly a strong candidate there in C. And a lot of us accused Richie of actually picking his own candidate for the Fulop ticket. There was back channels with Richie running with Steve Fulop for a while. Richie felt his core, those 2,000 votes that he knows he's going to get every time he comes out, would have a problem with him running with Fulop. So he didn't run with Steve. And it would have been very easy for Steve. He asked Steve not to run a candidate in Ward C. As he didn't need, he didn't run a candidate. But Steve ran John Hanachek, which may have been the equivalent of not running somebody there, because he wasn't a big name. I don't think the Fulop team put much effort or money into the Ward C, and he did make the runoff, so we'll give him credit there, but he got squashed. And it's funny with Richie, during the general election, the weather went bad at starter rating. During the runoff, it was really crappy out there. It was cold, and it was like torrential downpour. And the thing about Richie Borgiano's constituency, dedicated. I'm telling you, you go back and look at his numbers from 2013 as opposed to 2017, they're within maybe 50 votes. They're going to come out. They're like Richie zombies, Richie Borgiano zombies, groupies, Richie groupies. That's what it is. A lot of us felt that Richie Borgiano picked John Hanachek. Maybe not. In Ward D, there was a super weak candidate run against Michael Young. Now, the feeling there, Fulop knew he was not going to pick off Michael Young, so he was not going to invest any real effort into Ward D. And I think a lot of the bigger names involved in D didn't want to be bothered. You didn't see Sean Connors run in D. And if you were going to have a Ward D guy run, you were going to pick the candidate he ran or Sean Connors, you would have taken Sean Connors. But I think all the people who had political aspirations, who had a real opportunity or a real chance of winning, I said, no, we're not going to be able to beat Michael Young. And Michael just walked right through. Makes you wonder, but what Fulop spent his campaign money on? It kind of looks like he put it all on Fulop, which isn't bad. He took like 78% of the vote. I'm one of the few that predicted that he would be record-breaking numbers. Actually, I had to tell Fulop, I said, no, okay, you're going to have record-breaking numbers here. Because he had told me no incumbent mayor has ever taken more than 60% of the vote in his reelection bid. And I said, no, you're going to break that record. Now you start to wonder what he's aware of Ward C's opinion of him. I see that up there. That's a cryptic. Listen, I'm going to tell you, I don't know what the numbers came down in Ward C. I think Steve Fulop did all right in Ward C. You don't get 78% of the vote if people have a negative opinion of you, because he had crushing numbers. So I see the comment there, but I have to see what the numbers were out of Ward C for Fulop. But I think he probably did 75% out of C. I will look at those numbers, and I'll get back to you. I may have to do it on Twitter because we're going at a live production. But going back to Fulop, it makes you wonder what he spent the money on. He didn't spend it in C when Hanachek. He didn't spend it in D. He didn't spend any in E on a candidate. So it looks like he put all in, and it worked out. He got 78% of the vote. But he now has basically the same as he had before. He got 6 solid, dependable votes, and you got Solomon, Yoon, and Richie Borgiano, the nobies, if you want to call them. But really, if you look at it, Borgiano and Yoon read the ordinances. They read the resolutions. You can take it to the bank. Solomon's going to be well read there. And I'm going to tell you, I think Fulop, he traded Gadsden for Solomon. He's going to rue that day, because you're going to see a real voice there from Ward E, and it's not a voice that Fulop's going to enjoy hearing. Now, what happens? Because Fulop said he's only going to run 2 terms. I kind of doubt that. I'd love to know how much money Fulop spent to beat Chris. I don't think he spent a lot there either, but we can look into that. You know, you had a really good candidate there in Mira. Yeah, I didn't know her from a hole in the wall, but the more and more I seen her campaign, and I seen her here in the debate, but I think I moderated that debate, didn't I? Yeah, I moderated that one. You see that she had a grasp of the issues, and she had a following there. Again, you know, I'm an Award D guy. She came out, she took the general election, she took the runoff. How much did Fulop spend? I don't think he spent a lot in B either. I think Fulop spent all his money on himself. Now, going forward, 2 years, now, in 4 years, Fulop said he would only run 2 terms. I kind of doubt that. Now, people are going to start jockeying to be the next mayor. Rolando's probably going to look at that. Danny may look at that. Rivera. Rick Solomon's probably going to look at that, following the footsteps of Fulop. How much loyalty can Fulop expect from those 6 favorable votes on the council for him? You know, listen, Denise Ridley, she's probably got aspirations there. You know, Mira might. So yeah, it's going to be hard to keep everybody on the reservation for 4 years. So it is conceivable as we get closer, and if Fulop keeps saying he's only going to run for 2 terms, you're going to see people break away and maybe move over with Richie and become critics of the Fulop administration. Can Steve Fulop keep the 6 council people that are favorable to him now favorable for 4 years? That'll be interesting. That's why you have to look back on his campaign and say, should he put more money in there? Should he have taken more active in E? Should he have been more active in C? We'll see what the future says. We're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Hudson County Show. I'll be right back.
Introducing the MyJCMC app, powered by Practice Unite. The free MyJCMC app puts the power of healthcare at your fingertips. Go to the concierge for access to referrals, scheduling, and appointments, see emergency room wait times, and get directions to Jersey City Medical Center health locations. Read the latest JCMC news through their social media feed, find a doctor, and more. The MyJCMC app. We belong to you.
It takes more than a state-of-the-art medical facility to make a great hospital. It takes a team of dedicated medical professionals. That's the Jersey City Medical Center, Hudson County's #1 hospital. Medical teams consisting of New Jersey's top doctors, Magnet Award-winning nurses, and accomplished hospital associates, all committed to your good health. That's what you have at the Jersey City Medical Center. Make Hudson County's #1 hospital your first choice. Visit us on the web at barnabashealth.org.
We're back. You're watching the Hudson County Show. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're watching the Hudson County Show. You know what? One thing before I get into sports betting, illegal pot and lotteries and horse racing here, I know we covered it on the Jersey City Show. I want to cover it on the Hudson County Show. The availability of the council people in Jersey City now, most of these people have real jobs. See, in the old days, there was a problem when the Jersey City council people had county jobs. You know, Brennan and Billy Goyhan and Mariano Vega. Everybody pretty much had county jobs back then. When you needed your councilman at 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Billy and Peter Brennan and Mariano, there was an understanding, I guess, that they could leave their job and appear at a city function or whatever the case was. Now, you look at how this city council, with the exception of Richie's retired, all these people have real jobs. They just can't get up. You know, Danny works at a hospital. Denise, she's got a real job. Mira works, I believe, in marketing. Solomon, I'm sure he has some financial background, whatever James Solomon does. They can't be 24/7, 365 because they have real job, real expenses, family. With our city councils, one of the problems I have with the city council, it really is, especially ward council. That's a full-time job. That is truly 24/7. And we've got to refigure the pay scale there, the salary, so we can have council people who are full-time. Now, I always talk about the aides getting in full-time pay. we need to do that with the council people. So if you need to get in touch with your councilman at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you got a real shot at it. They're not at their private sector job. And I think right now, as this council shapes up, Michael Youn and Richie Borgiano, those guys are 24/7, 365. I don't think anybody else is. Those two guys are dedicated to being council people. The rest of them have real jobs. So if I need to get in touch with them at noontime, I got a problem in my ward, I'm going to have to wait till the end of the day. And that's a problem. And it's the largest city in the state. That's a problem. I need my ward. The toughest job in Jersey City is a ward council. Everybody, if they had their choice, would be council at large. Because you think, well, he's responsible for the whole city. Yeah, nobody's getting to. Who's calling the councilman at large? Nobody does. You got a problem. You're in Ward B, you're going to call Mira. You're in E, you're going to James Solomon. Before you go to the mayor, you're going to go to your council person. And that council person in a city the size of Jersey City should be available all the time. What's this? Wasn't Fulop originally 4 full-time council seats? When Fulop was the councilman, he didn't take a salary. I'm not sure he was in favor of full-time pay because he didn't take a pay. His pay went to charity. I'm not sure if he was. Now, that's something what we'll do in 2018 when we come back. We're going to have a meeting with the mayor. I'll ask him that question, but I don't think he was in favor of full-time salary, maybe full-time hours, but not full-time salary. And listen, the council people, they have mortgages, they got rents, they got family, they got cable bills, they got car payments, and let's see, do you think 405 days is enough to judge a council president or a council person? Well, I guess so. We had an election that did that, and I assume we're talking about Gadsden. I don't think Chris ran as hard as he could. And I'm not sure Chris made enough impact in that city. But I'll say one thing Gadsden did. He misplayed his political hand. He had an avenue for re-election. He could have run on the Fulop ticket, and he wanted to be independent. But then on the flip side, he runs with Massachusetts. So there was some bad political missteps on Chris Gadsden. But I will predict we have not heard the last of Chris Gadsden. But getting back to your council person, one of the things I'll broach with Steve Fulop in 2018 when we come back with meeting with the mayor, we'll try to get Steve at least once a month for a half hour or so. Like to get him for an hour, we'll take a lot of questions. Can we move our council people into full-time positions where they have a full-time salary? So I think they get like $30,000, $35,000 a year. You're going to have a tough time raising a family, paying rents or mortgages and car payments on $35,000 a year. But your constituents, they want to reach out for you. They want to talk to you at 11 a.m. They want to talk to you at 2 o'clock. And when you look at the other side, well, they might be at private sector, but we got their aides. We can reach the aide, and the aide can send them a text or a message. Guess what? The aides are paid even worse. I think the aides get $10,000 a year, $15,000 a year. You're not getting no full-time aide for $10,000 or $15,000 a year. So we have to go back. I think in Newark, I think the council people there and their aides get a real salary. Now, in Jersey City, we're the largest city. Our council people, because it is truly a 24/7 job, yes, they should be available at 24/7. If there's a major disaster in Ward A, I need Denise Ridley there. I need Denise Ridley there coordinating departments. If there's a huge fire, I need Denise Ridley there coordinating where we're going to put these people, how are we going to house these people. They're burned out. What are we doing? Denise Ridley's got to be at a private sector job. She can't turn around and say, well, I got to go. I'm a council person. No, the private sector expects you to perform. So that's the issue. If there's problems in that ward, if there's a freaking water main break in Ward B, nobody wants to hear that Mira was at her job. I don't have water. Where's my council person? I need my council person there. And that's the kind of thing that sticks in your mind. One, they talk about Ward B. You got the icon down here, Bill O'Day. Bill O'Day can appear like he has a transporter. If there's an issue in Ward B, in his district, which is the Marion section, and West Side, O'Day appears. He has that kind of understanding in his full-time job, which is government sector also in Elizabeth. But They understand that Bill is a full-time employee, full-time freeholder in Hudson County, and Bill can appear and disappear as he needs. But if there's a situation in Ward B, you could take it to the bank. Bill O'Day is going to be there. That's what we need in B, A, B, C, and all our wards. You have that with Richie in Ward C. You have it with Michael Yoon in D. Now, those guys, Mike had a successful career as a proprietor of his store, and he got into real estate. Richie, long-time career as a Jersey City policeman. He has the ability to just be 24/7 and dedicate himself to the Jersey City. And that's really what you have with Michael Yoon and Richie Borgiano. They have dedicated themselves to Jersey City. And I guarantee you, all our other council people would like to do the same thing, but they can't because of the pay rate. You're not going to raise family or pay a mortgage on $30-some-odd thousand a year. So that has to be addressed. And I think in Newark, where a city similar size to us, that's the difference there. They're getting a real salary, and their aides get a real salary. And that's something we need to do here in Jersey City because you want your ward representative available to you. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Hudson County Show. I'll be right back.
Meineke Car Care, conveniently located at 700 Tunnelly Avenue, Jersey City, half a mile north of County Road. Meineke bumper-to-bumper car care. Brakes, exhaust, oil change, wheel alignments, batteries, CV joints, and so much more. First-rate service at a price you can afford. All major cards accepted. Apply for a Meineke card. Meineke, Jersey City. Stop by and let Sammy check your brakes for free.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers the quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport, live like you want.
We're back. You're watching the Hudson County Show, and you're watching it live because we're live and we like doing it live. One other thing just came up during the break with Chris Gatson. Again, he didn't take advantage of everything he could have. Chris Gatson hosted the B-side out of this very studio. Now, the greatest medium there is television. Everybody's got a television. And now with TV, you got your cable, you got your broadband, you got your streaming, all that. He could have been in this studio doing a show each week, getting his message out there, then linking it on his Facebook or taking excerpts. He didn't do that. So there was what you call leaving it on the table. He left opportunities on the table. He didn't take advantage of that. I guarantee the new council people will take advantage of that medium. And here in the studio, you got the television, you got the social media, you got the streaming services. You have the ability to address your ward live, as I'm doing right now. Gatson didn't take advantage of any of that. So that's another situation where he misread his incumbency there. But, I guarantee you he's back again. He'll be back. Freeholder maybe, assembly person, something. Well, I tell you, if you're going to try to knock off O'Day in the west side, I don't think that's going to happen. Assembly-wise, that's a possibility. Sports betting, we touched base on this in Jersey City. It is in the Supreme Court about allowing sports betting in New Jersey. And legalizing pot is also kicking around. We're going to do some things, what's happening in Trenton. There are pros and cons to anything that's illegal that we want to turn legal for the reason of revenue. The lottery. We all played the New Jersey lottery. Yesterday I forgot to play my pick 3. And I turn on the lottery station, and then it dawns on me. I think it wasn't Hella Young's kid. I think it was somebody else. And I was like, uh-oh, I forgot to get my tickets. Fortunately, my number didn't come out, but it was Powerball. So I look at my wife, I say, after 8 o'clock, I say, hey, hon, we got to go out and pick up anything? She goes, why? I said, well, I forgot to play my Powerball number. Probably the worst feeling in the world is you didn't play your number and it comes out that night. Think of how you would feel if you were too lazy saying, I forgot to play my Powerball numbers. That's all right. I'm not going to win. Your freaking numbers came out. You're sitting there. You could have won like $80 million. I don't know what kind of feeling that is. It's got to be the worst one in the world. So we had to go pick up a prescription for Mom at Rite Aid. So I'm happy to go now. All right, let's go. Go down to KJ's, play my Powerball. Sports betting in New Jersey, I think we'll get it. But it's not going to be in the KJs or in the bars or everywhere. It'll be in the racetracks and the casinos. Because I think if it was fully accessible to everyone, there would be a huge gambling problem in New Jersey. You know, it is an illegal trade. There are guys taking the bets for football all day. And it's really football. I don't know how much money goes on baseball and basketball. Football is the big kahuna when it comes to illegal gambling. And it's like $150 billion a year. I think I just seen reports that it's probably worth $15 billion to New Jersey. $15 billion to New Jersey in revenue, guarantee you we're going to get some of that somehow, and it will be in the racetracks. And the racetracks can use the help. But I want you to remember how the big pot of gold was with the lottery, the racetrack, and Atlantic City. Remember that pot of gold back in the 70s? We do this. We'll never have to pay taxes again because there'll be so much money coming in. Well, the school budgets will be paid. Senior services will be paid. There'll be money will be flying around. You know what? Money was flying around. But we didn't get everything we should have out of these golden gooses at the time. And I'm telling you, this state pumped AC dry. And they made commitments and contracts. And when that money started slowing up, we were still stuck with all the commitments and contracts. We never really experienced what we were promised out of the lottery. And look at it, the lottery today. We don't even control the lottery. We single source that out, for the next 10 years. That should have been our ATM. The racetrack, there's so many different options now, what you can do with discretional money and entertainment. Now, I remember in the 70s and 80s, you couldn't get into that racetrack. Horse racing, that was the big thing. Legalizing pot, we got a war on drugs going on here with the opioids. Heroin, which is super cheap. Amazing how cheap it is. And I don't know how much of an issue it is in Hudson County. We got a studio in Seaside Heights. In Ocean County, it's a big problem down there. I think in Hudson County and Jersey City, I don't think we got a big heroin issue. You might have a coke deal going on, but you just don't hear a lot of the drug thing. Ocean County, they're knock-on people all the time down there. Big issue. It's hard to turn around and say we're fighting the opioids and we're going to sue the pharmacies, the prescription guys, the medicine makers, the pharmaceutical companies. There's the word I was looking for, pharmaceutical company, for making pain pills, and yet we're going to legalize pot. That doesn't make any sense, but we'll probably do it because we want money. But there are pros and cons to that. If you legalize pot, believe me, it's going to move to another drug. If we make sports betting too easy, you're going to have a lot of Gamblers Anonymous deals going on. You're going to have a lot of people betting the rent, betting the mortgage, because you got those 1 o'clock games on football on Sunday. You got a bad 1 o'clock, you're going to try to make it back at 4 o'clock, and I'm telling you, with gambling, as it is with any of those addictions, whether it be cigarettes or booze or whatever, the angel and the devil, nobody listens to the angel. Get off my shoulder. That devil's telling you, play a 3-timer on the 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock game. That's how you get in big trouble. Legalize it and they're taxing it. What's the problem? I assume we're talking about legalizing marijuana. Again, from another generation, I think that is a gateway drug. I believe marijuana is. And I think that'll just lead people into more drug use. You'll have more people driving cars, possibly on pot. I think it's a mistake. Now, medical marijuana, I have no problem with it. But I think you're going down a bad path when we're going to legalize pot. And I know people are going to say, well, booze is legal. and it's been legal a long time, you know, I can't just light up a six-pack of Bud. I got to take a while to consume that. And it's not that easy to transport a six-pack or a case of Budweiser. A lot easier with pot. You know, we're talking about concealing things now. You might be able to conceal weapons if you got a permit in Pennsylvania. You can come into Jersey and New York with concealed weapons. You know, I'm not sure that's the greatest thing, but we do have, rights here, and you're allowed to bear arms. But I think, again, I'm from a different age. You know, I seen people, you know, we all knew somebody that got strung out on drugs. Fortunately, in my neighborhood, we kind of missed all that drug stuff. None of our guys got strung out on it. But you've seen other people that did, and believe me, everyone who went to pot and heroin, went to heroin and coke, started on pot. We're going to break for commercial. I know I'm going to get comments now. You're watching the Hudson County Show. I'll be right back.
Pan and Pinto Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panandpintoproperties.com. Pan and Pinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
Plaza Auto Body, 700 Tunley Avenue in Jersey City. Your local collision specialist. Body and fender repair. On-site oven-baked paintwork. Fiberglass repair experts. Custom and classic car restoration. All insurance is welcome. 24-hour towing available. Licensed by the state of New Jersey. Plaza Auto Body, 700 Tunley Avenue, 201-222-3050. Plaza Auto Body, your bumper-to-bumper buddy.
We're back. You're watching the Hudson County Show, and you're watching it live. It's live. But you know what? You know, if I had some legal pot right now, I could be hitting a couple of toots of that, hitting a bone, getting some Mary Jane, some marijuana, some weed. Want to be able to smoke that. You remember you watch the old shows on television, like the old Carson shows, everybody's smoking away. Yeah, the old days. You had a cigarette in one hand, stick a butter in the other. There was nothing healthy about the old days. But if you watch like Tonight Show with Steve Allen and Merv, everybody's smoking away. Dick Cavett Show. You know, I guess if we legalize pot, maybe smoking away on Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Fallon. Tonight Show would be all potheads. Potheads. There's something. Remember Probation? Pat Boardwalk, Emma Forest Cross. I remember Probation. You know why we appealed it? We were going broke without the money from booze. We were going broke. That's why FDR reversed that. This country was going down a bad path. We were going broke. We needed that money. And also, I think FDR enjoyed a good beer. Now, listen, I understand the arguments with pot and alcohol. But, you know, maybe I never made the connection that somebody was drinking Budweiser. I never drank hard liquor, you know, whiskey or none of that stuff. It was strictly Budweiser and later on Bud Light. And I haven't had a beer in like 8-9 years now. Same time, I haven't had a C. You can't drink if you can't smoke. You know, people talk about, well, so many people quit smoking. You know why we quit smoking? Because we couldn't drink anymore. You couldn't smoke in the bar. You'd had to go outside, and you're standing out in the friggin' rain or in the freezing cold having a cigarette. Then you go back. The cigarette and beer go hand in hand. If you can't have the two of them, Yankee baseball, Bud Light, Winston. And later years, Merit. That was pure pleasure. But then you couldn't smoke in the bars. And that did it. That was it for me. I had to give up the cigarettes and I gave up the booze at the same time. To each New Jersey is $200 billion in debt. You don't think that tax revenue from that? All right, so I want to cover my my debt by addicting people to drugs? Is that what you want to do? Listen, our argument with marijuana is moot because, yeah, we'll probably legalize it. But, you know, in Colorado, they legalized that. And there's Mike Diamond. He is a reporter for the Asbury Park Press. I'm doing the last of the, I've been hosting the Tom's River show in the other studio. I'm going to see if I can bring Diamond on as a guest on the Tom's River show because he's from Colorado. He just went home. And we'll talk about how the marijuana situation is in Colorado now that it's legalized there. And if you're going to legalize it, listen, don't legalize it in states because it's almost like the gun laws now. We're talking about concealed weapons. If you got a carrying permit from Delaware, you could carry a concealed weapon in New Jersey. Same thing with pot. Either we're going all in or we're not. You can't, I can have legalized pot in New Jersey, and if I got an NFL player on the New Jersey Giants, New York Football Giants, excuse me, gets a drug test and he comes up positive for pot, the guy's suspended for 4 games. Listen, if we're going to do pot, it's got to be legal all over. It's going to be 100% legal. Bring back the cigarette machines. Remember cigarette machines? Have pot machines in there, that sort of thing. But do you want to get people on the road to drug addiction on marijuana to settle the debt? I'm not going to smoke the pot. Actually, even my younger days, I didn't smoke pot. It just wasn't for me. Lots of Budweiser, yes. Had a lot of that. Talking about Trenton, here's what we got going in Trenton. And this should concern you a lot. It looks like the 2% cap on police and fire salaries are going to expire in this session in New Jersey. Nobody's going to vote. I'm going to tell you, that has probably saved many municipalities a lot of money in property taxes by holding a 2% cap on the salaries with police and fire. Because it's not only salaries, it's their pensions also. A lot of the municipalities, they look at the police as a source of votes. I don't even know how many cops live in Jersey City anymore, but it's always, now again, don't get me wrong, I'm a big Jersey City cop guy here, best police department in the state. I don't know how many of these guys live in Jersey anymore. So that may expire. Another thing in Trenton right now that they're talking about, and it amazes me that you can't. You can only buy birth control pills 3 months at a time? I didn't know that. So we're going to change the law that you can get 12 months at a clip. My question is, how long is medicine good for? Can you have a pill sitting in the medicine cabinet for 12 months before it goes stale? I didn't know that. I didn't know there was a limit on how many birth controls pills you can get. Also in Trenton, in this lame duck session that's going on right now, they are looking to put together from the Department of Transportation, 11-man task force to address distracted driving, cell phones and texting. Now, I'm not, texting I can see as being distracted. You got to, type. I can drive along and talk to somebody in my car. My wife's in the car. We can talk. We talk all the time. And for some reason, I can talk to this person, but you can't talk on a phone. And, you could go hands-free, I guess. But, holding it to my ear. I'm driving an automatic now. It's not like I'm shifting and clutching. I don't know how distracted that is. But, when you see people walking, and we just seen this last night on Central Avenue. The guy's yapping away. He's got the earbuds on his phone. He literally walked into Central Avenue. I don't know how involved you can get in a conversation that you got blinders on. You're that focused that you can't see what's going on around you because you're so focused. I used to be able to chew gum and walk, right? You should be able to walk and talk. But I guess with a cell phone, it is so focusing that you can't concentrate on anything but the cell phone call. And now they want to put a task force together, which means tickets, by the way. But where is distracted? I'm telling you, these cars now. I just seen GM just announced they're going to have a computer program in the car where you can order takeout food. You can do anything on the dashboard. That's distracting. Because just trying to touch these panels is distracting. Everything is distracting there. So really, if you're driving, there should be nothing more than your radio and your coffee, which actually there's talk about making it illegal to drink coffee in your car. Are you friggin' kidding me? I can't have a coffee when I drive now? Well, we're going to put a task force together, which is really a task force of people to give you tickets. Another reason to pull you over, because you might be on the phone. I really don't have a problem with somebody talking on the phone, because it's really no difference than somebody talking to the person in their car. But on the other side of the coin, that's me. I talk for a living. I can talk to you, talk to him, and I can listen to those conversations. Maybe I'm unique. Maybe people can't drive and talk on a phone at the same time. I don't know why talking on the phone is any different than talking to the person next to you, but obviously it is. All right, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching the Hudson County Show. I'll be right back.
Rama Jewelers, located in the Lyndhurst Shopping Center at 413 Valley Brook Avenue, Lyndhurst. Come for all your jeweler needs at Rama Jewelers, where you will find a fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and bracelets. Choose from one of our complete sets, our many signature items, or find the perfect engagement ring. Come on down. That's Rama Jewelers at 413 Valley Brook Ave, Lyndhurst. Call 201-939-5784 or visit us online today.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net.
Pharmacy has agreed to purchase Aetna, or they're going to merge. It's like a big deal. There's another problem with medicine and how it's going today. You got hospital mergers, you got private practices that are being absorbed by larger medical groups. CBS and Aetna is a health insurance company, one of the largest ones in the country. CVS buys them. They're going to direct their customers to CVS's for prescriptions. Again, there's more control on how your doctor can prescribe and how you can choose your own medical options. If this merger goes through, less options for you in the medical world. Yeah, it's getting hard now just to go see your own doctor because they're selling out the practices to larger medical groups. If this goes through with CVS and Aetna, it could be doom for the family pharmacy, the privately owned pharmacy. It could be doom for another larger chain. But this is what you're going to see, more consolidation. And this is all happens because of the Affordable Health Care Act, Obamacare. And we're not even sure how that's going to go in the future. There may not be an Affordable Health Care Act that we know of today. There's huge financial issues with that, but there's a lot of medical decisions on the corporate level being made because of Obamacare. And each one of these decisions, it lessens your options. When hospitals merge and practices merge and pharmacies and health insurance companies merge, you want to go to Rite Aid or you want to go to Bond Drug, well, if you got Aetna, they're going to tell you got to go to CVS. Or you'll pay a higher price at some other place. So you really got to be careful about how these mergers. I know the government's going to look at it. On the other side, there's a merger between Disney, Marvel, and 21st Century Fox. I'm in favor of that merger. Any way I can get Wolverine, the X-Men, and Fantastic Four in there with Captain America and Iron Man. There you go, look at that. There you go, Cap and Wolverine right there. I'm in favor of that merger. But that merger doesn't affect you and I on a healthcare level. Doesn't affect how you get medicine prescribed to you or how you get your medicines filled, how you process your prescription. All those options are being taken away from you through all these mergers. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Christmas. Like I said, one of the reasons we are going on hiatus until January is we got to start working on our Christmas TV specials. We are producing 4. We usually produce 3. You got the Jersey City Christmas special last year's for the 15th year. You have the Bayonne one for the 2nd year, and North Bergen's its 4th annual. And this year, we just made the announcement yesterday, Brian Stack the Deity from Union City is getting his own Christmas special, and all these specials feature the best Christmas decorated home contest. Jersey City has its home contest, North Bergen, Bayonne, and now Union City. So there's a lot of work to be done on these specials in a very short window of time because it's all Christmas related. It all has to do with Christmas lights. We got to get streetscapes, the streets decorated by the cities, decorated homes. We got to get the contest. We got to find the homes. Don't depend on our spotters. Please, if you have a decorated home, it's got to be high decoration. Or your neighbor, text it to me, well, actually tweet it to me, or send it to our website. Go to Hudson Media, HMG TV shows, send me an email. Say, hey, somebody on my block's got a great house. Don't depend on the spotters finding your house. Send us your address. We got to go out and film the homes. We got to find them. We got to film them. We got to edit them. Then we got to bring the mayors in here. We got to do wraparounds where the mayor introduces segments. We talk about the year in review and what 2018 is going to be like. And you got the Christmas music. You got, everything that goes on. Christmas wishes. The North Bergen gang was just in here. All that has to be done. And we have to have it to the networks by like December the 18th. I think December the 19th might be the drop dead date. Not giving us a lot of time to get this done. So if you have a well-decorated home, you have a neighbor that does, go to our website, HMG TV shows, or tweet me, JC Hudson Media, get the address, send us pictures. We're not going to use your pictures because you guys are horrible with cameras. Everybody uses cell phone cameras anyway. We'll come out, we'll look at it, we'll film it. I do a lot of the ones in Jersey City. I got our crews doing Bayonne, North Bergen, and Union City. We got to put a crew together for Union City. The tips, I cannot stress these tips enough. Don't cover your address. Decorate your windows. Don't have big black voids in the front of your house. Put something in the windows. Don't overdo it with the inflatables. You put like 10 inflatables out there, you're not going to win. Turn on your lights. Seems rudimentary, right? A lot of people don't turn on their lights. You got to do a great job decorating your home. You don't turn your lights on. A friggin' timer is like $5. Invest in a timer. A timer can get you $1,000. Have your lights on from 6 p.m. to midnight because we're out that late. What else we got here? Don't have Santa looming over the nativity scene. I don't want to see the Blessed Mary and Joseph and Ho-Ho. That doesn't work. Again, I cannot emphasize this enough. Don't depend on the spotters finding your homes. Take a moment, email us, go to HMG TV shows. You got the contact section. You can send me an email, or you can go to JC Hudson Media on Twitter. Just get me, or you can direct tweet. You get me your address, so we can hand it to the spotters who are doing those cities. It's important. Listen, you got 3 winners. They're going to get $1,000 each. That's a good reason to decorate your house. And let me add this. If you did not win last year, and you're going to decorate your house the same way this year. Now, that was a big winner last year, this hologram there of Santa Claus. But there's a bunch of them now. I've seen them in Home Depot. If you didn't change it up a little bit or added some new decorations or changed the design, chances are you're not going to win this year. Because, if a judge looked at you last year, said, you're not going to win, I doubt they're going to say, whew, I love that home this year. So change it up a bit. Get some new decorations. Maybe add a few. Now I'm talking to you people. Don't we have something from somebody on Beach Street? Didn't somebody send us a Christmas question? Oh, yeah. Yes, we're having a contest. I know who that is from Beach Street. I know exactly who that is who's asking. Yes, Renee, there is a Christmas contest this year. And yes, we'll be on Beach Street. And yes, change it up. Put a few other decorations on there. Change the design a little bit. Now, there have been winners on Beach Street. Yeah, there weren't any last year, and the Beach Street gang turned on me, the evilness there. But I guess they've forgiven me since then. But yes, we'll be on Beach Street. All right, listen. You have a good holiday. I'll see you on the Christmas specials. If I don't, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I'll see you next year live.